Okay, welcome back. You're going to notice that I'm not where I was because I stupidly forgot to clear off hard drive space before I started recording. Usually once I post something, I delete all the raw files because I'm recording in DNX HD, so they're pretty big files. So you got to make sure you have the hard drive space to do it. And I forgot to delete the last one that I posted up, so I had about 200 gig less space on the drive than I thought. So because I stupidly don't use a version that lets you remux it after it's done to sort of at least keep some of what you record, I lost what I've been doing for the last 45 minutes. And what I was doing for the last 45 minutes was dealing with Black Knife Tish. And what I can say is it's done. That was the whole thing. I spent 45 minutes going back and forth. I could say like I did it in one, no damage, but that's not true. It took me about 4 or 5 tries. I tried a couple different weapons. I have switched back to an intelligence build because I wanted to mess with a certain weapon that I saw in a video that looked like it could be kind of fun or interesting. Now, the other thing I want to do is I've been getting my, so I got Tish. You're going to see Tish in a second because I'm going to summon Tish for this fight. It's the whole reason why I think I needed 123 FP, but I guess I should double check that. I've respec'd to magic. A lot happened in the last one because I wanted to try the flail you get from beating Astel, which is like the boss I beat a session or two ago. So what's cool about this flail is if you can get it all the way up to plus 10, it scales with intelligence at an A level, which is one of the highest in the game. I don't even think the Moonlight Katana or the Moonlight Greatsword do that. I think they stay at B the whole time. And it's also got a cool effect. But what I was finding is against someone quick like the Black Knife Tish fight, it's just too fast. But you see, I got Black Knife Tish up to plus 7. I think I have 9 and 10. I'm just missing 8. I can't get the bell bearing yet for 8. I mean, I guess I could. So now the problem is, but I thought there was a plus 8. So I feel like there's a Lindell Catacombs, but I thought I could go even deeper. And I thought I had unlocked a way to get there. Like, that's the sewer. This is the thing at the base of the sewer. But I thought I had done what I needed to do to get to even deeper. Which, you know, I sort of ran into a Mog. Let me show you what this thing does, though. It's kind of cool. Whoops. It sort of throws out this mist, and then the mist explodes. And so if you can get a creature really stuck in it, this flail's pretty fast. Does pretty good damage. Scales B currently. But, you know, so I thought So what I was finding is that was a little bit of a slow wind-up. You can see he's kind of... I imagine holy damage would probably do more to these guys, but so here's the problem with like jumping around as I do. I don't remember how to get to the absolute lowest part of So I think that's where the crabs are. This takes me back up. Wonder... It's not bad. I think here, though, it's going to hit the walls. Can I get in there in time? So I'm a little annoyed because I thought I had gotten all the way to the base. And I thought there was... Is it the Forsaken Depths? Maybe that's the name of it. Yes. This is what... So what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to switch to the katana just because it's a little faster. Moonlight katana is what I'm dealing with. I guess I could use this. What's the... I don't need to pull the enemy in. I want to keep my distance. So let's, I guess I could switch that to Frost. And that would be pretty good. But, so let's see. Let's try this guy again. And now we're going to try it with, unless I don't have the FP. Do I not have the FP? All right, so this might need... respec to get the FP. Let me see what you need. 132. What did I get it? Did I flip the 3 and the 2? What is my... Do I have 123 and I needed 132? Oh, no, I've got 137. Okay, so I'm definitely set in that regard, so... Let's see how Black Knife... So what I really want is I want a +8 Ghost Glovewort. And I can't get the bell bearing yet to buy it. So let's see what he can do. It's already hitting him. You see the gray effects on him. Now, I'm happy to, if I can survive, I'm happy to keep him distracted so Black Knife Tish can go to town. But I need you to do something, Black Knife Tish, if you're gonna... Delay. It's going to get me every time. So this is this power Black Knife Tish. He can tank. He's fast. He has a ranged attack. He can do bleed buildup, which is pretty powerful. Nope. Careful, I'm getting jammed up here. Bad timing. Very bad timing. Got beat on the delay. And so, since I can't quite yet get to... Well, I mean, I guess I could do the things to go get that bell bearing. There's supposed to be one past this guy if I can get past him. And I feel like I Should be able to get past. You know what? I should be doing... I should be doing spells, right? Like... I mean, I know the Moonlight Katana's got that ranged attack, but I could be hitting him from further away more frequently instead of waiting for openings. So let me try some Rock Sling first. Why am I... Come on, get your act together, Arthur. Nope. Do the deed, Tish. Oh no, he's healed. How'd that happen? There we go. I could get used to this magic, not gonna lie. I mean, the question is now if I'm gonna... Oh, let's see what she says.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the frenzied flame alone. Shall I turn your... Let my hand share them with me. Your thoughts.
So yeah, more vigor, more... But I feel like also more mind. You know, get more FP if I'm going to stick with this for a little while. Still got a hell of a lot of souls. So it's interesting, you know, it's interesting that they have that conversation, you know, warning you that you are heading towards potentially the quote-unquote bad ending. Oh, let's see what that does, if that makes sense. And maybe it's not, I mean, depending on your point of view, maybe it's not entirely bad, but it's definitely nihilistic. HP, stamina. That's not a bad one. That's like Havel's ring. Havel's ring? No, there was a ring of favor and protection in Dark Souls 1. So I guess that's the equivalent of it. Give me a little more HP, a little more stamina. I mean, you know, whatever. It's all good. But yeah, it's interesting that they, you know, say, hey, like, you're going down a path here that you might not be able to come back from. And it's kind of actually a cool... It's not cool. It's sort of... You can see. It's a nightmare. What I was going to say was evocative, but that's not what cool means. It's very evocative. So here's all the people, the disciples of madness or something. They've all... It didn't go well, right? You know, this is what happens, you know, when you sign up for Jonestown and time comes to drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And there are some people still surviving. You can hear some people still play music. Some people are still sitting here, so you gotta... You gotta sort of lock on to make sure you don't get surprised. Try enemy. I guess maybe you needed the guy to hit that. I guess I can't hit it. So maybe there's a... I don't want to kill him. Can I hit him once and not kill him? Nope, that's definitely going to kill him. Now, I remember this being like a tricky one to descend. Because you end up having to, like, platform your way down. You can sort of see. And I always had trouble doing that. Also, part of me feels like I should sort of head back up. Now that I know I need to get that guy to attack. We'll have none of that rock and roll music around here. And so, I also have 50,000 souls. So this seems like the wrong time. I just want a stupid ghost. I don't know if actually I can... Well, can I get back up? So yeah, you can see, like... Yes, there is a path for the madness, but this is what it is. You know, like... And you can... Is the argument that the rest of it's worse? It's, hard to say, but this is pretty bad. Is this guy coming? I feel like I don't want to deal with two of these things. Okay, so I need to I need to take care of him first and foremost. All right, let's try this again. I mean, I guess if I lose those 49,000 souls, then all bets are off. But I prefer not to, as I barely stay on the... Now the question is, do I actually have to have him do the madness attack to break that? That's going to be tricky. There we go. don't know if it was worth it, but... I mean, it must... I don't know what that thing does, so maybe it's just one of those rarities and it is worth that effort. But let me go get my souls. Let's, I don't mind coming back here. Basically, I'm just wondering, like, how else can I get... a +8 Ghost Glove Ward, because then I can get Tish up to 10. And then I'll be unstoppable. Now, the bell bearing to get the 789 Ghost Glove Warts is... it's in the Halleck Tree somewhere. And in the Halleck Tree, I really like that level. It's a lot, but it's I don't love all of it. But there are parts of it that I really like. Once you get past the opening, it gets a lot better. The opening is just like a giant tree, which is sort of, you know, like when you're going down Ash Lake in Dark Souls 1, like it's sort of that times a million, and it's a slog. Part of me is wondering, I think you want to, yeah, I think we want to go here. Let's try the commander up here. Got a Tish to work with. I've got spells if they're worth doing. Oh, you know, I saw something. Let me see if I have a consumable. I think it's a consumable. I saw somebody do something interesting with this fight. And I can't, in this particular case, I can't say where I saw it. We don't need boluses. So let me see if I have... Again, there's like a million things I never use in this game. You know, I just sort of, I'm so locked in on how I play that I don't think outside of the box. Let's try crafting. So there's this thing that lets you sort of turn enemies on each other. And I don't know if I can craft it. But if I can, it'd be kind of cool to try. I have a feeling I can't craft it. I don't know what cookbook you need. But I do think it's something that you can use the Michaela's Lily on. So I was wondering, like, what do you do with that? I think that might be what you use it for, or one thing you can use it for, but I just don't. And that's okay. Anyway, what I saw somebody try was they were able to use whatever this thing was that, you know, sort of gets people to fight against each other on the two helpers, and so they were actually able to take the fight to the commander for a little bit. All right. Let's try some rock sling. Kick it off. What's the worst that can happen, right? I can lose 50,000 souls, or I can go down in history as a hero. Most likely I will lose 50,000 souls. Now again, I don't mind if Tish can deal with Commander. I'm assuming I don't get completely killed. Yeah, I want to deal with one at a time, so let's... Now, magic might not actually be the smartest thing to use in this case. Because if they're doing frost, they're probably magic-based. And if they're magic based, there's no Stake America. So if they're magic based, I don't know if that means they also have resistance to magic. So that rock sling might have been too slow. So maybe glintstone pebble for when I need to chip away at him at range. Or I guess I could just use the katana's special attack. One down. Getting stuck on the wall. Okay, 2 down. Let me jump into the fight, and then I immediately get hit. I wasn't even paying attention. All right. I feel like that was a better opening, at least, though. Yeah, I mean, if he can cover that much, first of all, I should change my talismans. If he's covering that much ground with frost, that's going to be tricky. That one's okay. This one's less so. We want magic. What's this? Physical damage negation? Or do I do... Let's try some of that. I guess the frost buildup one could also be important. I wish there was a Stake America. You know, this... There's nothing to this run, so why do it? If you know what I mean. Like, it's not putting a tax on you. Like, in the old Souls games, doing the run could be like a resource tax or get good, right? This isn't a resource tax. It's literally running from point A to point B. The other thing I should be doing is I should be sending it back down like a gentleman for my future self when I die in 2 minutes. Now, the reason why this fight's important is because it's going to get me what I need if I want to go to the Halleck Tree. Keep locking on the wrong guy. This is like a phase 2. Holy shit. This is lightning, so that's good to know at least. This is what's coming. And that I'm not equipped for it. But I have a... I forgot how tough this fight was. I mean, part of it's because I haven't done it in a while, but... Again, the delay, but now that I know lightning's involved, maybe that's more important than the frost. And then I need to help more, so Tish isn't trying to... Again, this is why I wish I could get that. Did I just lose all my souls? That's a good question that I am now asking myself. I did, which means... Who cares? Let's see if we can get down. I need to figure out the OBS container remuxing stuff. You know, like that's like the next thing I need to learn. Because my understanding is it might not save everything, but it sort of saves it in chunks and then sort of says, okay, that one's done. And then at the end, it sort of repackages it, I believe. Let me rest at this one just to make sure this is the last one I was at. So at least I wouldn't have lost entirely my Tish fight. Wasn't much to it. What I was saying during that fight is that it's basically... When you get openings is pretty clear, but for me, it's difficult to execute. So it becomes like a long fight where you have to be... Saying you have to be perfect is slightly overstating it, but it's not far off. Now the question is, can you jump into this corner? Am I going to bounce off and die? So, and the openings tend to be, he does a bunch of attacks when he jumps in the air. One is just a simple stab, pound. The second one sort of has this almost one-shot kind of spinning attack quality to it. So you gotta... Basically, you just have to make sure you're out of range. And then you need something that can hit him outside of the bubble. So what I ended up trying is I was trying that flail to see if it worked. It was too slow with that that sort of wind up that creates the mist. It was just too slow. So then the next step was... I think that was putting me off. I was about to say that message seemed like it was a hair off. At least now you can see what the bottom looks like, I guess. And so basically what I did there, so there's basically 4 main times when I could get attacks. One, when he jumps into the air and slams to the ground. One, when he jumps into the air into this crazy whirlwind attack, assuming I could get far enough away not to be instantly killed by it. And then he does this sort of dragging attack where he drags his blade across the ground and then it sort of explodes briefly. So that's a quick window. Now the problem with it is that these windows are very fast, but a lot of them keep you close, and you got to get your distance from him. Because he's so fast, he can basically close the entire arena in a moment. And so what I ended up finding was one of the ways to help avoid that was if you could tank one of his hits. Sometimes he would just spin, and now I'm getting a phone call, so I'm just going to pause one sec. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you know, it's so instinctive to just not answer your phone, but this one I had to take. So now the trick is, I think, like, that's the obvious starting point, but the problem is you might have wanted to go the other way, but then where do you go from there if you get down to there? So one of the things I have... I don't know if it'll help me in this case. Because I think the problem is that... Oop. Oh, okay, got lucky there. But now I don't know where I go. Yep. Like, yeah. Nope, that's not a jump. So I'm not 100% sure. In a polite society, only the ones you need to go on would have the markers, but, you know, in that case, you could see somebody put the marker on the one that you definitely were not supposed to go on. But it was good to know that, like, hey, you blew it. Now, I always thought there was something to... Like, if you could make this jump. Then you make this jump. Did I overjump it? Now, the question is, do I jump or do I just run off? And then have I screwed up? Can I get there? Oh, 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 oh. Can I get there without overjumping? This feels like this actually might be the hardest jump in the thing so far. Nice. And then maybe you don't actually want to go all the way down. Okay, so I don't need the cat's thing anymore, but I could maybe use some resistance for madness buildup. Just to play it on the safe side. So again, there's a thing in the corner. You need madness attacks to open it up. And was that my one chance to unlock that? These guys don't seem to... care that I just did that. So here's the deal, right? Like, I don't I don't actually care what's in there as long as it's not the... Can I cast that spell? I can't change it here. As long as it's not the 8 Ghost Glove Ort that I'm after. Now, the other thing I'm nervous about, you know what, I'm just going to do it. The other thing I was nervous is that when I got down there, it was actually a trap and not where I was supposed to go. So, if you want to do the frenzy, you can. But in order to open this, I think you have to be... That's the literal answer. Okay. You have to take off your armor. Now, I think you can cure the... Oh, I forgot to swap the OBS settings that I screwed up last time. I think you can cure... Let me double check. Can you cure the 3-finger... Because if it's not the craziest thing in the world, I might just do it so you can see it. Okay, so use Miquella's Needle in the boss arena of the Dragon Lord Placidusax. All right. So it is curable. Do I have Miquella's Needle? Do you get Miquella's Needle from beating Miquella, I assume? I lose track of all the names. They're all very similar. But I'm a little concerned that I did not find the level 8. Wait, if I have 8, why is it not letting me? Was I just out of money? You know what? I'm going to show it to you and then I'll figure out how to... Do I have Miquella's Needle? Because part of me was thinking I would beat the game and then do other stuff. Like maybe then go kill Miquella or whoever with like some of the best weapons in the game. Yeah, you get it by completing the Millicent's quest line. And I think you get it by beating Melania. Which is a bastard of a fight. You know what? This will potentially raise the stakes at least, right? At least you can see it. So as opposed to the 2 fingers, this is the 3. And when you do this, you're locked into this ending. You do not get a choice anymore of the ones that might have been available to you. You have to choose this ending. And I think if you cure yourself, you have to give up this ending. Like, this is a either or. You don't get to sort of have this option on the table. Yeah, you can sort of see we've been branded. Now that I'm sort of a little bit more magic-y, I wonder if there's... if there's something here that I could... Not necessarily looking to reduce stats, but... I mean, that's kind of cool. This would be great if I had the equipment burden to do it, but I don't think I do. What if I got rid of this because I don't need ranged? Just need to be able to wear the pants. This is a fat roll. At least with this. It's even heavier. Yeah, now I could go to town, but all right. But again, it's not worth... I don't think it's worth giving up a slot just to be able to wear something. I could gain a benefit from another... Now, these ones are good at... There's a reason why you like these. I think they're pretty lightweight and they're good holy. Yeah, that might have been what it was. But, for the time being, let's just go Fashion Souls and... Oh, we're on medium load now. It's just the helmet. All right. So what is this one called? This one's called Frenzied Flame Proscription. And, lose track of where I am. Let's again, I think we need more protection than lightning. We don't need that anymore. Okay, because I think frost is magic, so let's try this. Nope, I'm back to fat rolling because I took off, yeah. So I'm wearing the gauntlets and the pants, which are going to have higher resistances, so maybe every little bit helps. You know, I'm gonna I'm gonna try it. You haven't really gotten to see the flail in action, so let me flop around with the flail for a little bit and get wrecked. So at least you can see it in all of its majesty. So yeah, this is the flail. It's kind of a cool design. Looks sort of like a... Yeah, it's the sort of solar system. It makes you wonder, like, okay, can you glean anything from it? Like, it looks like a bluish kind of star in the center. Which again makes you wonder. So there must be a sun, you know, because that's, or something is creating the gravity that everything else rotates around. I'm not drinking the potion. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. Takes a while to sweep. Not bad. I'm getting wrecked, but definitely does decent damage. The question is, where does a guy have to go to get like a quick 50,000 souls so I can finish raising Tish up? I don't know if this is the place. Maybe it is. I think I forgot to send the platform back down. Let me... just kind of wonder, like... well, that's not much. Now what am I doing? Because imagine taking a level 10 fully maxed out Tish into this fight, because I feel like Tish is doing pretty well, given my complete lack of contribution. Because basically it seems like Tish is either taking on 2, or at least taking on Commander Neil, and keeping him off my back. Maybe the other bonfire's closer, but I feel like you have to run through some guys to get here. This might get both of them. Oh, gotta don't help me out. Okay. Oof, timed that poorly. Timed that poorly. That was terrible. Tish is about to go down. Now again, I'm happy to take the heat, but I'm just not timing any of this well. Maybe I don't need to. I just take the heat, and look at that. Tish does the rest. Veteran's prosthesis. Okay, so one thing that this guy can do that we didn't actually get to see is that he can sort of take a swipe at you with his like lightning leg. which is kind of funny to see, but we didn't get a chance there, so I don't know what makes that attack happen, or maybe I just didn't. Maybe I just missed it. But he sort of, I think, sticks his leg straight out and then sort of swings at it, and it might even throw some lightning at you or something. It's a little nuts. I don't know if you ever saw the Colin Firth, and it's like a spy network. Oh, right, that's why you want to do this. Okay. Now we have what we need to get down to the Hallig tree. All right. So yes, we have the medallions we need to... You go back here. I wonder how the two-finger people responds to you now that you're rocking a three-finger branding. Now we should, in theory, have an option to show the secret medallion. So it's interesting. It feels like you went up like you did before, and so I'm kind of curious. Is this like a stop halfway kind of thing? And that's the secret. I'm trying to just picture the geography, or is it just one of those? Hey, you know what? Just don't think about it too much. It'll be fine. So basically, this is going to take you through this dungeon. I'm hoping there's a very on the nose name there. What I'm hoping is that there's a site of grace. Because what I want to do is I want to pop out of here, spend some of those souls to get Black Knife Tish all the way up. Yeah, but I don't care about Deathroot anymore. Somewhere there's like a giant land octopus. This feels like, yeah, the perfect place to have it drop in on. You know what? I can always take, can I get out? Oh, crap. As I say, can I get out of here? And the answer is no, I can't. This is too wide of a hallway to get. Let's see what this does. It's not bad. 1,000 points. Flowing through my FP pretty quick. Ah, you can't really... Let's get in there. I hope I screwed that up. Now I'm stuck on a wall. I don't even know if the item was worth it. Alright, so what I think I should do is I should stop messing around if I'm stuck down here. There's a couple of cool things you can do here, but there's a couple of invisible bridges. You can see him walking off one, but I'm hesitant to do that at the moment because I don't want to die. Didn't I have one that lets you get FP back when you kill? There you go. Might be too late now, but... Okay. Oh, interesting.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. You are no longer fit. Our journey together ends here.
I promise I can change.
And remember, should you rise as the Lord of Chaos, I will kill you. As sure as night follows day, such is my duty. For allowing you the strength of runes. Goodbye, my companion. Goodbye, Torrent.
Oh, interesting. So I wonder what happens... wonder what happens now if you beat the fire giant, because she was part of the cutscenes that followed. So now we're on to the consecrated snowfield, which is sort of the last part of the last unknown section of the map. But before we do that, now the way you cure it is you use that needle in a certain spot. So you have to beat Melania, which is one of the hardest fights in the game. And then you have to take it to, if you remember, there's like the tornado area. That's where the place is that you need to use it. Spirit tuning, yep. Yep. Did I do it? I think it's done. Now what about... Okay, so I probably could get Mimic up as well.
Well, I took you no matter if they had your arms.
I don't know, should we try fire? You know what, let's call this one here. And then maybe next time we'll try some fire, do something. But let's call it here. I think we did some progress. Apologies for losing the Tish Ash fight. But yeah, thanks again. We'll talk soon. Take care.